Hey to all you Philippians people studying out there. We are doing Philippians 3:12 through 21, and we are all caught up. Pressing toward the goal. Wow, what a good lesson. Verse 12. Kind of in mid-thought here, not that I have already attained what he says, which is referring to last week's lesson, verse 10, to know Christ and be like him. It's his goal. He has not attained it yet. We have to be willing to admit, I'm not there yet, but it's my heart's desire. Never will this on this side of the veil, but I continue to press on. Amen. Underline the last part of verse 12. Every believer has no reason not to keep pressing on to our goal. He created us to be versus what we are. He made us his own. He died so that we can be his. Stop to consider how Jesus suffered so that we would be his. Paid the bride price. The bride's dad could ask for goats in a wedding deal, but Jesus paid with his life. Press on to be like him. Look at verses 13 through 14. He lays out a strategy to pressing on with three things: forgetting, straining, and pressing. Forget the past. Strain forward to what lies ahead. Press towards the goal. I kind of think that straining and pressing are alike, but they're not. Straining, we don't know what lies ahead in our lives. Lean into it. Every fiber of our being to lean into running, pushing, Ephesians 2:10. But I want to go back and look at forgetting. I mean, it's my favorite. We can't look back. Behind you and your losses or your failures. But now this is what Satan wants to harp on people. This is what he uses, and this is our human nature. We want to look at it. We want to think about it and dwell on it and beat ourselves up over it. But the past can be a jail. Can it not? Our flesh likes to live in the past. But you know what? We got to press on towards the goal. Envisioning the finish line. Receiving everything that Christ has for us. I cannot relate to the finish line. Still, the remnants of God's creation that are beautiful and be awed by nature. You know, Charlie Kirk was awed by nature. He said that was a good way to get in touch with God. And it's true. Go sit outside. I'm going to go sit outside tonight at our fall festival and just be awed at our beautiful little small town and how wonderful it is. And just sit there, because I have to sit in a chair. I have a bad knee. But I'm going to listen to my daughter sing in her gospel group and watch my grandson who's in a contest for Mr. Fall Festival. And just be thankful. And be awed by nature. God's original beauty. He ordained beauty. And we're going to get across the finish line. Be thankful for the simple things in life. It's a foot race, and we're in this race. And it has hurdles. You ever got caught in the middle of a hurdle? I want you to look at things that we get tangled in, the hurdles that we get tangled in. Look at 2 Corinthians 5:17. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Old things are passed away. As Isaiah 43:18 through 19. Let's look at verses 15 through 19 in our lesson. Christian maturity is not looking back. Look at the three strategies. Focused on day-to-day, bad and big bad challenges is immaturity. Verse 16, we're not yet fulfilled, but okay, let me hold on to what God has changed in my life. And I want you to think about, how has God changed your life, even though they're small? Look at it. Outlook, words, relationships. And sometimes my words, I'm always, if I give in to anything, the things that tempt me will start cropping up. You have to constantly die to the flesh daily. We don't get to ever give up. Verse 17, take upon yourselves the same attitude to press on and keep your eye on those that do the same, even though they are not perfect. We can look at people in our church that mean a lot to us. We can look at those people that are icons. They're not perfect, but we can look at them that are steadfast in our lives and be an example. Verse 18 and 19, the bad examples, people who reject. Their God is their belly, their appetites for what moves them forward, pleasures. Their end is destruction. Paul said with tears. Physical pleasures are a gift from God. Food, beauty of a flower. Anybody here seen the Grand Tetons? I have. I mean, that's some of the most beautiful things. And I've seen the redwood forest. I've traveled all over the American West and East, and I've seen some of the most beautiful parts of this country. Wasn't impressed with the American desert, gotta tell you. I'm a tree girl. But, there's pleasure in what God gives us. And we need to embrace those wonderful things that God has given us. And we're going to end this lesson with verses 20 and 21. Our address is in heaven. The problem, Christians live in a world like it is, our home, and act like the master will not come back. Look at that parable. 1 Peter 2 and 11, ever been somewhere you felt like you didn't belong? Hebrews 11:13, we're strangers here on this earth. Those are the things that ought to fill our minds. Everything will be made new. Paul wrote to Timothy, I have finished the race. We are going to make it. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep trying. And when we have a little mess up, we have big mess ups, we're going to say, Lord, forgive me. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to lean on each other to keep going. I hope you all have a good week.